my room clock 5 minutes late. That is the reason I was thinking it is not yet class 11. Now, let us begin with this. Manobhuta hamkara Chittani naham Nacha shotra juve Nacha ghrana netre Nacha vyoma bhumi Na tejo na vayu Chidananda rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. Here, in the beginning, we asked ourselves, why should we meditate? And then we were trying to get the answer. Slowly, we entered into the aphorisms of Patanjali. The Rishi first described what is meditation. Why should we meditate? Then, what is meditation? There is the first definition. The definition that was given, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, just 3 words. Nirodha means control. What? The mind stuff, Chitta. Chitta means the storehouse. What are the vrittis? Waves of thoughts. So, we have to control the waves of thoughts, that we know. Now, then we came to know that though there are millions of thoughts are there, but there are only 5 types, 5 groups, 5 categories. It is a very special how they analyzed, and among those 5, Vrittaya Panchattaya, there are 5 types of thoughts. So many varieties of thoughts, but the Rishi, he has analyzed only 5 groups, 5 thoughts. And again, among the 5, few are happy, brings happiness to us, and few not. Klishta, aklishtaha. So, this way we now know the thoughts that are crossing in our mind. There are only 5 types. We are conscious about this now. And then what we are doing, we are trying to understand which are the thoughts bringing pain to our mind, suffering to our mind. Stop that. And other thoughts are there which brings happiness. At the present, we can keep it. So, that as because we know that thoughts are the causes of the happiness and the suffering, let us eradicate those thoughts which bring sufferings. What are those? Jealousy, fasting, and that way we have to find out what are the problems. Finally, these waves and thoughts we have to control, and we know how to. Then what is the result? The Patanjali says the result is that time, the moment you can stop all the waves, you can see yourselves. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. So, that means all these things that he is telling right from his own experiences, otherwise he won't be able to tell it. So this is the Shraddha, the faith we must have. From his own experience he is telling, the moment you can stop all the thoughts. From our own experience, day-to-day experience, we know it is so difficult to stop the thoughts, unthinkable. We do not know what is happening. Even in the person when he is in coma, apparently outside there is no expression of life, but inside the thought is going on. So this is the way, only thing that gives us an instance, susupti. Susupti is a Sanskrit word, and it says that when we are sleeping without any dream, that is called susupti. Not that every day we get susupti, but sometimes we enjoy susupti, dreamless sleep. And that time when we get up, we are totally fresh. And mind is also happy. Why? Thoughts were closed. Thoughts were out of my mind, my thoughts out of my mind. So I am happy. So that proves when he is telling we have to meditate, because through meditation, by closing, stopping the waves of thoughts, we get extreme joy, and that is the goal of our life. What is the goal of our life? The joy. So here, how to get it? Only two things. Abhyasa, Vairagya. These are the two words. Regular practice. And Vairagya means discrimination. Sometimes some people will be telling that certain things have happened in my life, it is so painful. I was worshipping God, I was praying to God for such a long time, then why then it should happen to me? This is the question most of the people they will be telling. I can visualize, I can remember those days in Andaman. There was a Sikh gentleman, he was a teacher, he was having his two daughters. And when I was just walking, he was not known to me, he came down and said, Swamiji, will you please come to my house for a cup of tea? I said, okay. I entered. Then he was telling, see, look at this. This is my God. I like to throw the God on the street. Then why you are asking me? You can throw it. Then he said, but because of my habit, I cannot. And you, what has happened? Why you are quarreling with God? The Sikhs, they have only the book as a God. Guru, Granth Sahib. They say Guru is the Granth. And Sahib means sir or respect. So Guru, Granth Sahib. And you, why don't you throw it? I can't. That's why I am asking you, shall I? I told, what has happened? His son, he became drug addict and took little more drug and then died. He was a very good boy that I came to know afterwards. And that was so much pain that the mother could not bear it. So she also died, the wife. So these two side by side has made this gentleman mad, and all things are now directed to the God. So we have worshipped you so many years, and is this the thing that you are giving to me? I told, I cannot explain, but always they say there are karma phala. Whenever we are suffering, having this thing, something we have done, so we are suffering. But what we should do, instead of throwing out the God or the book, what you can do is more and more concentration over that. Before your birth, all these things were not there. After your death, nothing will be there. Then why you are thinking that only this much period, all these are mine? That is called Maya. It came to me, I was happy. It has gone away, I am happy. What am I to do? I cannot ruin my life. Abhyasa, that is called constant practice. In all situation, every moment, whatever happens. How it comes? Shraddha, tremendous faith. Faith in what? In truth. What is the truth? This body that I see, this mind that I see, this personality that I feel is not real. I have another identity. This Shraddha, this complete faith will give us this thing. Now, he says that Abhyasa and Vairagya. Afterwards, suddenly he mentioned about the highest position of the meditation. What's that? Samadhi. Of all the Ashtanga Yoga, 8 paths, next chapter is called Kriya Yoga. And from then onwards, from the next chapter onwards, we will be trying to practice a little meditation. Practical. Now we are going on theory. Why you should meditate, what is the mind, what are the vrittis, how to control the vrittis, if we control, what will happen, all this. Ultimately we reach to Samadhi. Sampragyata, asampragyata. Again, last day we studied that. Again in that Samadhi there are 2 stages. What is that? The first stage is Sampragyata. You are taking the help of something by which you are concentrating your mind. And next comes Asampragyata. Those who are not taking the help of the image or anything, what they are doing actually? This is the question. Are they really getting or reaching to any place? Are their mind is totally concentrated? No. Mostly we will find that they are only praying. That's why so many prayers. They will be praying only because they don't have anything to hold, to concentrate. So the prayer. And why this prayer? In Andaman, the people who are not having any idea about our puja and all this, they used to come and they will be sitting in that, because after that there will be prasad, and moreover is a congregation, so socializing. Hey, I have not seen you for a long time, it's good that you have come. Like that they will be discussing. And one gentleman very seriously will bring the newspaper, he will read over there. I told, you have come to attend the puja, and why you are reading newspaper? Oh no, puja, what is going on? I can't understand. But anyway, I feel if I am here, at least whatever good that you are doing over there, the holy, that will come to me, a little share will come to me. So I utilize my time by reading the newspaper, at the same time expecting something holy will happen to me, because you are, I told, yes, sure. But suppose why something? You get a big chunk, leave that newspaper and chant with me. So there I started chanting. One of our Swamiji used to do the puja, then I started doing the chanting, all are joining. That is a wonderful way we are also doing the puja. So that way also we get the benefit, or otherwise what will happen? Naturally, even if you are sitting quiet, mind is traveling here and there. Rani Rashmani, in the presence of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, inside the Kali temple, sanctum sanctorium of that Kali, the Garbha Mandira, there she was sitting, listening to the song of Sri Ramakrishna. She requested Sri Ramakrishna to sing, and then her mind went for a litigation. Some case was going on, and she was thinking what will happen. You know, the rich people always having some litigation. If they don't have litigation, they are not much rich. They should have at least 4 or 5. See, all our Indian ministers, so many cases, 21, 32 cases, they don't bother. One case means we don't know what will happen to us, but for them it is nothing. And if there is no cases, they are not much important, because their names won't be published. So that type of mentality. is a different. They are busy, tremendous busy. And we think, oh my God, how they are suffering. Not at all. Because that type of pressure, that type of engagement all the time are good for them. You will notice that some of the very famous people, suddenly they will say something criticizing or these and something they will do, immediately they will be, other people will be commenting, not that they are suffering, they are happy. Because that is the type of mentality to be always present. They cannot meditate. Meditation is totally different. Abhyasa, to control the mind, and what abhyasa? Vairagya. Vairagya means giving away all that is there in this world where my mind is attached. How can I give it away? Because I know all these things are temporary. See, here Swami Vivekananda came, and some of the places when I visit, and they were Indiana, they were telling this is the hall where Swami Vivekananda delivered the lecture, and this is the station where he got down, and this may be the, because the people who were supposed to receive him were late, so it may be that from this shop he purchased a cup of tea or coffee and stood over here, all there remembering. And when you go, so Vivekananda was here just 120 years before, just 120. Now nothing is there. Everything is over. So that way everything goes away. That is sure, but still we don't like to believe it. So if we have to meditate, first and foremost, we have to understand this. Everything is going away, every moment passing away, and that is called samsara. Sammak sarati, passing away. And the sampragyata, asampragyata, there is nothing in the mind, only on the chaitanya, the consciousness, he is meditating. Very difficult. Even in that condition, they say, even in that condition, some people think that we should do this thing good, that thing good, and if I was powerful, I could control this thing, I could control that thing. Subtle desire, good desire to help people. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, suppose God appeared before you, what you will pray? Oh, make this road, oh God, this road is bad, please make this road, construct properly, and there should be a drinking water, all the, will you ask those things? But the moment we go before God, what we pray? Ask yourself. We pray all those things. For personally, of course. Make my building perfect and this thing, that thing. I was thinking to purchase that plot of land. So many things going on in the prayer. Because it is inside the mind, subtle. It is coming up. We are praying to God. Nothing wrong. But if you are meditating and praying, thinking that you will control this thing and that thing, they say bhava pratyaya. Again, bhava pratyaya videha prakriti layanam. Videha, they don't have the body. Who are those? Gods. The gods even, they are very high soul. They reached up to the end of it. But even then, because of the subtle desire in their mind, they have become gods. The Indra, the Varuna, and these and that, all gods and goddesses that we think. And in the Prakriti Layanam, they are merged in the nature. They can do anything in the Prakriti Layana. It's so powerful. But why? They have reached over there. Desire was there. After that desire was over, again they have to come back. Again they have to start. Nakasya prishtete sukrite anubhutve imam lokam hinataram bhavishanti. Sometimes some of our Indras, we read that Indra has done something wrong, because so much of power. He can change his form, he can take any form he likes, he can go to anywhere, tremendous power. And he is the king of all gods and goddesses. We can imagine. But that Indra, because of the desire is so subtle, we do not know when it will come. And that is why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is telling, "O God, I am your son, I am your daughter, I am your child. I do not know what is good for me, but you know. Please give those things which is good for me." Think of the condition of young Narendranath. They were so rich, famous people in Calcutta. Suddenly they became so poor. Even there was no food in their house. He went, and Sri Ramakrishna sent him to the mother with a promise. Today is Saturday, Tuesday and Saturday. Whatever you will ask to Goddess Kali, that will be fulfilled. Go. I am giving you the word. He went with a prayer inside the mind, let me give an opportunity to earn some money so that I can give it to my family. When he went, when he saw the mother, what was his prayer? Jnana dao, vairagya dao, bhakti dao, viveka dao. See, he never, because subconscious mind, he never wanted all these things. What will happen? Well, if we get the food and clothing and all this, we will live for some time. But we are going to die someday. But I want mukti. That is a tremendous mental strength. It's very difficult even to imagine. The vairagya is not so easy. Viveka, vairagya. That is the reason the sannyasins, though they are trying a little only, they are respected in the human society. The monks, the sannyasins, they are respected because of this tyaga. This is the reason. And then he is telling, bhava pratyaya videha prakriti layanam. Swami Vivekananda says, gods in the Indian system of philosophy represent certain higher offices which are filled successively by various souls. Not the one God means all through, no. These are all posts. Indra, Varun, all these are posts. And slowly some other people, and that is why you will see in our Puranas, the story is, whenever the Indra will see that somebody is meditating, concentrating, doing wonderful tapasya, the first and foremost thing, Indra will try to drag him down, deviate him. These things go on happening. One gentleman, a sannyasi, a tapasvi, he was meditating. Indra, he sent the Urvashi. Urvashi is a very good looking lady, and she came before that yogi and she was dancing, and the yogi opened his eyes, immediately forgot where from this lady came. This is a deep jungle. All that is Maya, and he was bound. You know the life of Shakuntala. So this way we read and that is true. But ultimately, once again, he resolved, I made a mistake, but again I will go and meditate. That is the thing, again and again. That's why Swami Vivekananda is telling, what is worship? What is puja, worship? Again and again, I am failing, but again I will try. That is called puja. Every moment I am failing. I cannot keep my words. I cannot do the japa. I cannot meditate. But mentally, I will be ready to practice again. Okay, not this time, again. So that is called virya. So next it comes in nirjiva samadhi, when there is no seed, nothing to keep our mind on. There we are getting merged with the Chaitanya, called nirjiva samadhi. There again two types. What? Upaya pratyaya and bhava pratyaya. What is bhava? Bhava means samsara. Bhojaraj, a very famous commentator, he said the bhava means samsara. The word bhava means samsara. Bhava sagara, in our song we sing, Bhava sagara tarana karana he. Bhava sagara, sagara means ocean. Bhava means this samsara, the world. This samsara is just like an ocean, and we have to cross it. And in this ocean there are so many things are there dragging us. And there we have to be very careful. And pratyaya means avidya samskara. Samskara, the impression. Avidya, ignorance. What is the ignorance? Ignorance, not knowing the truth about our own self. Jesus Christ, in those days, the people were not ready to understand. So when they are giving the sermon, they give for eternity. And the people, contemporary people, though they are addressed to them, Jesus is addressing to them, it was difficult for them to understand. He said, within your mind is purity. The kingdom of heaven is within you. The kingdom of heaven means purity. In those days, the people, they were not knowing what is purity. But 2000 years before, Jesus gave this message so that we can understand now what is purity. And Sri Ramakrishna said, if you can hold to the truth, you will get the liberation. What is the truth? That we have to understand. The truth is very difficult to understand. So this way they give the sermon, they give the clue, but we have to understand it properly. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, if a single thread is out from the thread, the fiber, single fiber is out from the thread, you cannot put the fiber through the hole of the needle. Those who stitch, they know it. It's so difficult. Only one fiber is out, only single desire. But I am telling it only for those who want to get mukti. Those who are trying to get mukti, for them, these. Those who are not trying to get mukti and not interested in mukti, liberation from the circle of birth and death, for them it is not so much. That's why they say, avidya samskara is a pratyaya. The word pratyaya means, they say avidya samskara. Samskara means impression of ignorance. What is that ignorance? I am this body, this mind, all these things. That is the ignorance. I am the self. So here again the next sloka they are telling, this is the one type of people, but another type of people are there. They reach to meditation, samadhi, through Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Samadhi, Prajna Purvak, Itaresham. This 20th aphorism, it says, Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Prajna, Purvak, Iteresham. Iteresham means others. First they said one type of people who are God, almost like God, they control the nature, but again they are not free. But another type of people are there is no desire at all. They reach to that highest stage of samadhi through Shraddha. This is a great word. Swamiji again and again said about the Shraddha. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is telling, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Shraddhavan. In the Shraddha, when you are thinking, respect for the teacher, respect for the seniors, respect for the parents, that's a very ordinary. And the Shraddha Abhiveshat, in the Upanishad they say that the small boy Nachiketa, the Shraddha entered into him. This Shraddha means complete faith, 100% faith. What is that faith? I am God. I am the Self. I am eternal. That is called Shraddha. The moment the Shraddha comes, then comes Virya, energy. The tremendous power comes within. You think of a person, he was in Bengal and he was more than 60, almost 62. Then from this China and that part, they went to get a good teacher in the Buddhism. And they went to that gentleman and said, will you please come to us and teach us the Buddhism? He was 62. And in those days only you have to walk and you have to cross the Himalaya, very difficult, and then only you can reach. But he said, I will go. But the other people, they were not allowing him to go because he was a very good teacher. But still he said, no, I will go, because our life is only this, to spread the message of the God. And he crossed the Himalaya at the age of 62, went over there. This is tremendous energy. Swami Vivekananda used to give the lecture without any microphone, at 10 to 12 lectures every day, and that too not in one place, immediately going to other places. In those days, mostly traveling by horse-drawn carriage. So uncomfortable. But why? How could he do that? Tremendous energy. What is that comes from? Shraddha. What is that Shraddha? If I tell the words of God, spread the words of God, inform the people about God, they will be benefited, they will be happy. Only that faith, that belief. Bhagavan, Sri Ramakrishnananda in the Madras, the traditional Hindus, they understand puja, they understand the temple. Much of this type of discussion they don't understand, they don't like. Maybe some of the Bhagavad Katha or something Gita Parayan, all these things. He used to read the Kathamrita and to explain Ramakrishnananda ji. Hardly 2 or 3 people used to attend. And he used to walk a long distance. That day he went over there, found not a single soul. Even then, full 1 hour he spoke. Why? Shraddha. What is that Shraddha? He believed that if I am telling these words, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna will bless the people. With that Shraddha, all alone, he was going on reading the book. This is called energy, Shraddha, Virya. Then comes Smriti, memory. What is that memory? In no condition he will forget God. Never. When Jesus Christ, they put him a thorns over here, it was all bleeding, and he himself was carrying that cross, it was so heavy. And in that summer, in the scorching sun, people are spitting and throwing the stone and shouting, abusing. In that condition, the Jesus, only for once he said, oh my God, why all these things to me? Why this suffering to me? What have I done? And immediately afterwards, he said, no, I am sorry. Let thy will be done. Because the tremendous Shraddha, faith, whatever I am doing for the good of the world, and what I am doing now, that will bring the benefit to the people. This is called, even for a second he forgot and he was repenting. I am sorry, I am sorry. So that is why he said, I made a mistake. Even for a second I lost the faith in God. The Shraddha, Virya, then Smriti. In that Smriti, he will never forget. Then comes Prajna. Prajna means concentration. This concentration, one after another, it is going. First is Shraddha, then Virya, then Smriti, then Prajna. This Prajna is the concentration, and this is the very highest type of concentration. And discrimination, of course, it goes on. So this is the second type of way where we can reach the Samadhi, and Shraddha, Virya, Samadhi. And Swamiji said, these are they who do not want the position of gods or even that of rulers of cycles, and they attain to liberation. So this is the ultimate. So we are discussing about the liberation. Who will get it? How long it will take? Then it says, Tibra Sambhega Namanam Asanya. Tibra Sambhega. Without these, I won't survive. And these we are only reading, and we have seen in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. On 2nd March, we are going to observe the Tithi Puja of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. It comes to the 3rd March, but 3rd March is a Monday, you won't be able to come. So 2nd March we will observe. From the morning, this Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is tremendous prayer. If those who have read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, they always feel, is it possible? Day and night, he is not sleeping at all, 24 hours, going on praying, praying, praying and praying. 24 hours. Can you imagine? Tibra Sambhega Namanam Asanya. Rishi wrote, Sri Ramakrishna showed it is possible, it can be done. And then it says, if it is Mridu Manda, Mridu Madhyadimata Tatopi Visheshaha. Mridu, soft, okay, we will try. Today we could not meditate, we will try some other day. Today I am not feeling well, then I will meditate some other time. So like this it goes, they will slowly, they will also reach, but it will be slow. Then here we entered into a very special place where it called Ishara Pranidhanat Bha. This Ishara or the God, you know, the 6 systems of Indian philosophy, many of them do not believe in God. This is a very special thing in Indian philosophy. Though they are Indian philosophy, many of them don't believe in God. This Yoga Sutra is based on one philosophy, Samkhya. Samkhya means Jnana. This Samkhya never believe in God. It says it's not necessary. Why? Why in between the Atman and you there should be a God? But though it is mainly based on the Samkhya, Patanjali says Ishvara conception of God helps people to concentrate. So that's why he is accepting God. In Vedanta, they accept God, but not Advaita Vedanta. Now, when we say Vedanta, we always think Advaita Vedanta. No. In Vedanta, Veda Anta, the end of knowledge, there are 3 things, their stages are there. One is Advaita, A means negative, nil. There is no 2. Then Vishishta Advaita. Vishishta means special, Advaita. There is no 2, single, but there is special. What is special? Though I am separated from God, but I am part of God. Ramanuja, he said. Advaita, only our Shankara. Then Ramanuja, Madhva, he said Dvaita. God is separate, I am separate, totally. Majority of the people, majority of the religion, they believe in that. God is separate, I am separate. So here it is said, Patanjali says, Ishvara Panidhanadva. What this type of Ishvara? Again, these are the subtle things we must have to understand. Vedanta conception of Ishvara, again I repeat to remind you, Vedanta means Dvaita and Vishishta Dvaita, not Advaita. That's why those who are acquainted with the life of Sri Ramakrishna, you know, in one time when he was suffering, almost he was going to die, Swami Vivekananda, then Narendranath Datta, he was thinking, only thinking, if this moment this person can say that I am God, I will believe. Because in that tremendous pain, will he be able to? And that he didn't pronounce, he was thinking. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna said, he who is Rama, he who is Krishna in this body, O Naren, still you don't believe it. But not through your Advaita. Even then, he was very clear, because afterwards people will say, Sri Ramakrishna said like that, that means in Advaita Vedanta also it should be there. No. You know, in Himalaya we have a beautiful ashram. Swami Vivekananda liked it very much. If you like to visit, you can go. They have a beautiful guest house. Only thing, you have to follow the rules. And inside the Himalaya, this is called Mayavati. Huge area, very quiet, no temple at all. Ramakrishna mission, no temple. All the Ramakrishna missions here, the centers are named Vedanta Society. Mostly. Because this is connected with Chicago, and Chicago is known by Vivekananda, so Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago, the name of this organization. Though in the outside, a big board we have mentioned, Universal Temple, we wanted to make a temple will come up, that will be the temple, Universal Temple of Sri Ramakrishna. And we have given the names of the halls, Brahmananda, Shivananda, like that, Sri Ramakrishna Temple, Universal Temple. Why universal? Anyone can come. But the institution is Vedanta Society. Here, we accept Sri Ramakrishna. We of course perform some puja, but our stress on jnana, knowledge, to make people understand why they are coming to worship. And go to the temple, I went to that Hindu temple, Omaha, immediately the pujari was outside, he was doing something, then the authority, some of the other president, vice president, then he said, Pujari ji, Swami ji has come. Pujari immediately washed his hand and ran and started doing the arati, showed that to me. That is the traditional Hindu. Why every time you have to do like that? So all these questions are there. I was explaining, whenever I go to Hindu temple, I try to say, what is Hinduism? Ultimate is the Advaita Vedanta. In that Advaita Vedanta, no God, only you. And you cannot complain to anyone, not even to God. For anything and everything, good or bad, you are responsible. See the tremendous strength it gives. But all people won't be able to do that. And that is the reason they said, some people even made the mistake. They were thinking, as Swami Vivekananda went to America and Europe, he is introducing Christian ideology in Vedanta. Swamiji said, not even Sri Ramakrishna's puja will be there in Advaita Vedanta. There is no temple. Photos are there, afterwards they have hanged, but you cannot show the incense sticks before the photo, not even that. So it's very difficult. You have to understand the philosophy. If you like to do Dvaitva, come down to our temples. Belur Math you go, every day there is puja. There's no problem. So why these two? Because it covers the whole. Here I just like to point out, When Patanjali says Ishvara, that Ishvara and Vedanta Ishvara different. Vedanta says Ishvara means is the creator, sustainer, preserver, destroyer. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, all the three things is done by Ishvara. It is Vedanta says. But Patanjali never said that. About what is the Ishvara? About him, he said, Ishvara pranidhanatva. You can concentrate on Ishvara. And who is that Ishvara? Klesha, karma, vipaka, ashaya, aparamrishta, purusha vishesha, Ishvara. So this is unique. You see how the moment they will say a word, immediately they will give the definition, so that there is no ambiguity. Very clear. Who is this Ishvara? He is the creator, he is preserving. No. I will explain this aphorism, 24th aphorism, the definition of Ishvara, in our next class. But the next class, I think, in the next one, second Sunday, but second is our Thakur Sthiti Puja. So next Sunday we will do. Now up to this. If you have any question in the 4 or 5 minutes, you can please ask. Yeah, please.
Having some science background, I think failure in every area is very essential in order to make progress. Without failure, I find it very difficult to make any progress at all.
That is true. He is telling that failure is also essential. Swami Vivekananda, failure, what happens? Whenever a person is not successful, the moment he is not successful, he loses the energy. Immediately he starts thinking, it won't be possible for me. That is the problem. That's why Swami Vivekananda, he is telling, I bless my failures. I bless my follies, because today I have come over here because of this. So that type of, sometimes we make mistakes, but it doesn't mean that it is permanent. We have to understand these are also temporary. And what we have to do? 2 things. We have to go and pray to God and say, I'm sorry, I won't repeat. And second, strive again. If I have made a mistake, I'm sorry, but try again, try again, try again, like this. So that is called, through failure, if you are not losing your conviction, it's good. By that way, you will learn. I was going to Dallas, I think, and it was a stopover was there in between. And all these days, all the flight that I took, direct. In between, it stopped somewhere, and then after half an hour, the same flight will go to Dallas. And the lady who was announcing, you know the way they say, the Dallas, Dallas, I thought Dallas has come. Without observing and seeing, noticing in that my ticket, that it was mentioned, one stopover and then to Dallas. I got down. And as was arranged, I went out. And I rang to that gentleman, I am here, but I can't find you. He was saying, where you are, and how can you come in so early? Still another hour flight. Another hour, I am already down over here. Then you just see any policeman is there or any airport people, talk to them. Then one policeman who was there, he said, I can't help you, I don't know. Well, maybe that. Then I went inside and asked that airport people. He said, oh my God, you got down in a wrong place. Then they helped me. Almost I ran. That was in one way good. I could lose some calorie. I ran all through, and when I reached to that gate, you know, in America, in India, they consider again there, but in America, no consideration. They were only going out. I told, second, I will jump to that. No, you cannot. So they didn't allow me to enter. I had to wait for 6 hours. Now, you know, any ticket, I read the whole thing. That is through failure. One folly, one mistake, and you learn. Very careful. That's any other question?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah, please.
For the Advaita Vedanta, then does it answer the question, how was the universe created?
How the universe was
Yeah,
created.
because as you explained,
Yeah.
the Advaita Vedanta, you are the source of everything. You have to assume that you are God, and all the responsibilities are to you. But does it explain the fact that there was something intelligent that had created this universe, which is God?
Advaita,
The Atman.
no, Advaita Vedanta says it is your creation. Nothing has been created. It is your creation. They say drishti srishtivada. Drishti, you see, and then you imagine this is this, and you create. This is very subtle. Ultimate Advaita is very subtle. Drishti srishtivada. Then what is this? That I see all these things? They say actually it is all Brahman. But you are imposing on the Brahman as a human being, as a male, female, animal, birds, you are imposing. Very difficult to understand. So, that particular philosophy, Advaita philosophy, is so high, so subtle, very few can really understand. There is a Vedanta Darshan, the first chapter or only the introduction of that Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Darshan, if you read, Swami Ishatmananda ji wrote very lucidly. You can understand. If maybe we won't be able to realize, but at least we can understand how subtle it is and how our rishis, they thought in such a way. This is imposing something. There is a rope and a person is coming, little mist, darkness is there, and he thought it is a snake, and he started jumping, shouting, perspiring. Then a person comes with a light and tell him, look at it, this is only a rope. So there is a rope. So there is something on which you are imposing. And this imposing again vanishing with the help of the Guru. The Guru is coming with the light. Light is knowledge, and knowledge is Guru. A preceptor, what he will do? He will only give you the light. So this is the truth. And slowly, even after knowing the truth, that trembling, that fear going on. Afterwards, you can overcome that. So that is in Advaita Vedanta, there is no srishti at all. You are imposing your ideas on those people. The small thing I will tell, illustration about this, then we will conclude. One sadhu, one monk, he came out of his room and started going to the Ganga to bathe. And then it was winter, it was not very clear, mist was there. Suddenly he saw by the side of the Ganga, someone is sitting covering his head with the blanket. So he started thinking, oh my God, look at that man. He has already bathed in the Ganga and sitting over there meditating. Fie on me. I am sleeping. Then he ran to Ganga to bathe and so that he can also meditate. Another lady came out secretly. She was going to her lover. She came out and saw the same thing and started thinking, oh my God, this person loves me so much. Even in this cold, he is waiting there all through the night, etc. And there on the same spot, one thief came. He also saw the same thing and he thought, oh, I have heard the new police officer is very active and he is sitting over there to catch me. Well, I am not going to in that road, I will go somewhere. So what was that? Then they explain it was only a stump and nothing else. A dead tree stump was there, and the sadhu saw another monk. The lady saw her beloved, and the thief saw police. So, what you think, that you actually impose. So, when we are thinking, we should be very, very careful. Thank you very much. Let us chant this mantra and conclude. The last sloka. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo. So this is the real Advaita Vedanta. Who am I? Nirvikalpo. Aham nirvikalpo. I am changeless. Nirvikalpa means changeless. Nirakara rupa. I am formless. Vibhutvacha sarvatra. I am covering everything. Sarvendriyanam. Navasangatam Naiva muktirinameya Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. I am unfathomable. You cannot just gaze me, measure me. And I am the blessed Shiva. On 27th this month, we will be observing Shivaratri from 6:30 onwards. Those who are in our Google group, you must have received that invitation, or otherwise please come on 27. Shivaratri from 6:30 evening, 6:30 to 8:30, after that prasad. You can bring little milk if you want to pour on Shiva. Only we will pour Ganges water and milk. So Shiva is very fond of milk. I don't know if you are bathing in milk, what will happen. But Shiva is always special. Thank you.